Yo, what is up, bros? We are back with the Ultimate Artillery General Tournament. We are ready for number 1 ranked Kluge taking on a number 2 ranked Bradley. Remember when we left off, we had an absolute battle of the heavyweights up here. Zhukov versus Konev. Konev did an absolutely amazing job. Just could not edge out Zhukov. Alright, bros, Kluge versus Bradley. Kluge sitting at number 5 right now with 9,870 damage. Bradley down here with 8,166. I don't see him overtaking Kluge, but he could overtake Brook. And what Kluge needs to do, have a monster game. He gots to pull ahead of... Man, I think Konev put too much distance between himself and Kluge, but he could pull ahead of Govorov. Alright, quick reminder, Kluge has Artillery Tactic Expert when commanding artillery units to attack. Ignore 100% of the enemy's defense. Hold fast, not worried about that. Artillery Leader, Accuracy, Explosives, obvious 6-star in artillery ability. And then we have Bradley, another 6-star in artillery ability. Not worried about the command and coordination right now. We got Artillery Leader, Accuracy, Inferior Victory, and Inspiration. Bros, with that, let's begin. Alright, Kluge, you basically need, what was it, like 100 damage more, a little over 100 damage more to take out Govorov for the 4th rank spot. I think that's I'm keeping an eye on the damage he'd done before so we can know if he's doing a little bit better or worse. I couldn't even tell on that one. Kluge had one of the most surprising hits on these bros. He did 573. Bro, he out 587? Is that the top hit? Yeah, that is the new top hit. His old was 573. Govorov was ahead of him by 574. Kluge now has the top hit on those combat medic bros. You're gonna need a lot more than that, bro, to pull ahead of Govorov. 100 damage is gonna be hard to come by. That was basically, let me see here. Yeah, that looks similar, I think. Alright, Kluge, you had 581 last time around. Oh, that was a little bit more, it looked like. Alright, on these elite units, I think is where his ignore the 100% defense is going to come in handy. These elite units with the generals on it. Yeah, those look pretty good. He had 2,210 last time around, which I think is pretty damn good. He dropped a 298 on this bro. Let me see, is that the highest? No, Bradley beat it, Govorov beat it, De Gaulle beat it. So, I mean, this could be an area where he could pick up some damage from his last time around. 322. He is nipping away at that Govorov damage. And the dildo launcher attack. The worst attack for all the bros, it seems like. Nobody can get through that dildo launcher defense. Alright, bro. Like I said, the ignore defense should be the perfect matchup against these elite units, especially the ones with generals. Oh, downed them both. Remember, we've talked about that. How big that is. Even some of the top generals do not down those. They leave them just with the, like, 20 health. Nice hits. I believe, unless one of these last 2 hits are complete garbage, I think he's done enough to pull ahead. I think he has done enough to get ahead. And the final hit on Berlin. Decent damage there as well. I think he did it. I think he pulled ahead, bros. Alright, Bradley, you are up. Let me make sure I got the right ribbons, medals. You are good. Again, don't see him. I don't see him pulling ahead of Brooke. It's just... Last time around, Bradley had a respectable 506 hit on the combat medics. 476. Bro has fallen off. His career's over. His career is on the downward trajectory. Obviously, he's gonna get smoked this time around. Kluge is taking no prisoners with his performance this round. That's a decent hit. Bradley doesn't have anything spectacular, just consistent damage on all units. He was unable to take that out, though. Alright, last time around, Bradley had a 308 hit on our remaining bro. 308 again. Consistent. Remember, I just told you, consistent damage. The dildo launcher attack. I don't think there's any way Bradley takes these two infantry units out. I don't think he packs that type of punch on him. Yep, left them both with some health. Alright, finish strong Bradley. Warsaw attack. And the East Berlin attack. Finish strong. And well, strong for you. Alright, bros. Time to crunch some numbers. Alright, bros. The results are in. Unsurprisingly, Kluge won every single round. Did 9,928 damage, which was 1,136 more than Bradley. Was averaging 94 more damage per hit and had a max single hit of 531 more than Bradley. So where do they end up in the rankings? So while Kluge did improve just a little bit on his first matchup, it was not enough to overtake Govorov. He was 50 shy. Bradley did substantially more damage that time around. Over 600 more damage. But again, still not enough to overtake Brooke. Bros, let's update the bracket. Updated bracket sees the number 1 seed Kluge moving on after defeating Bradley. Will face the number 1 seed from the north. Zhukov will be a battle of heavyweights. Up next, we'll see number 1 seed De Gaulle versus number 2 seed Sokolovsky. That is going to be a godforsaken bloodbath right there. That's not even going to be close. Quick preview of our next matchup. De Gaulle with his firepower blockade. When your attack causes the morale of the enemy to be low or diminished, there's an 80% probability to attack again. When your attack causes the morale of the enemy to go into chaos, there's a 100% probability to attack again. Inactive for enemies already in chaos. This is what got him so much damage last time. I felt like it triggered more often than usual, just on an average playthrough, so he could drop down some, although I've played with him in certain conquests and shit where he does go off, and then other times he doesn't go off that well, so I'll be curious to see what he ends up with this time. Accuracy, rumor, artillery leader, and inferior victory for our bro Sokolovsky. So bro has a nuclear warfare expert, not gonna matter. Strategic attack, not gonna matter until the final rankings. Bro has artillery leader, accuracy, and also another perk that doesn't matter, artillery armor. Bro is the Cinderella story of this tournament. How he made it this far. He just had some easy ass matchups. Bro only is doing 6,800 damage. De Gaulle doubles that. It is going to be embarrassing, to say the least. Bros, if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, make it for next upload. Peace.